can tag my page. Look, we have a beautiful hawk. Oh, look at Brother Hawk. Hawk medicine has come for us. Shinran. You can experience this sitting down just as well as you can. Walking's better for your health. What is Shinran-yoku? Well, it's called forest bathing. It's a Japanese word. They use this as a medicine to cure ailments. Now, I'm not here to say I can offer any cure, because you know I have to say that. But what I am saying is to go out earthing when you can, and to be in nature when you can, especially amongst the trees, especially for those nice tall pines. That'll bring you a lot of healing and stress relief. Stress is the #1 killer, because you have to take suicide you have to take people being suicide into account. When it comes to that, many people are hurting, and many people have lost their connection to their heart, to great mystery, to the earth. Therefore, they've lost connection to themselves. So, I'm here to teach reconnection for a lot of different reasons. Reconnection for yourself and your own healing, so that you can heal yourself from your own traumas, your own toxic patterns that keep bringing up things in your life that you don't like. We're here to kind of hone and refine ourselves and redefine ourselves. One of the things that I also talk about is the fact that because of my training in hypnotherapy, and also just my deep study with people like Carl Jung, and my own shaman, who was, she did a lot of psychological work she's a professor. And then with my hypnosis training, there's a lot of talk about how the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and how those two work. But at some point, I want to give you guys a diagram and really kind of help to further explain it, because, everything that we do, everything that we say, the way that we behave, the way that we react, it's all informed by our luminous energy field. It's also informed by our subconscious mind. And you can change what's in your subconscious mind. Now, I personally prefer working with people who enjoy earth-minded, earth-based spirituality, because I find that having a real tactile experience that might be slightly different from people are used to, let's say in a house of worship, when they're coming outside, they're in the literal house, the house of worship on this planet. So, there's responsibilities there, not to do damage. And if you are doing any sort of damage, how do you mitigate that? Well, the way that you mitigate that is through your prayers of gratitude. And having a grateful heart, right? Being filled with gratitude first for yourself, enough that you can overflow and spill out like a water fountain onto everything and everybody else around you. You then become a healing force of light. That's when you really become this luminous being of light. You are anyway. But you get filled with more light because you become enlightened. So yeah, I come out earlier today to do a video to show you guys a little bit about how to work the Earth Mandala. So check that video out wherever it ends up. And I'll put it in the links too. Because I've opened up a new course, but it's a precursor, okay? So this is a required course if you're going to enter my shamanic mentorship program in this summer. It opens in June. Enrollment is open now. So if you decide, hey, this is for me, and you want to go this route. It's a year-long shamanic mentorship online, but you've got the option of coming to study with me in person, and there will be certain things that, if you've got the physical capability and the resources to do so, I'm going to probably ask you, or at least invite you, to come and have an opportunity to be on a retreat to actually do this stuff in real time. And I'm an experiential learner, and I prefer experiential teaching. So rather than just talking at you, which is one thing, you know, it's nice to do or hear a Dharma talk, or to hear, you know, somebody just talking about a spiritual thing. But it's quite another to have your own personal experience with it. And once you do, though, when you experience something that you're learning, it becomes part of you. And because it becomes part of you, it's not something you're likely to forget at all. It will become a practice. And again, that's why I believe that it's important to have a spiritual practice. It's something you practice. It's why it's called a practice, because we practice every day. And that could be something as simple as lighting some incense with some intention and sacredness, or a candle, or coming to walk on the earth and be filled with gratitude and experience the abundance around you. Mother Earth and her inhabitants do not struggle for food. We shouldn't have to either. And there was a time when indigenous societies actually were allowed to exist all over the planet, in which we did live very abundantly. You know, people didn't go in scarcity. They didn't lack food. They knew basic skills like hunting and fishing, and they knew how to break those things down. And people knew butchering skills, but they did, when they took the life of an animal, they did so with a lot of respect and gratitude, and that's how you mitigate the suffering and the damage. You can make a choice to eat less meat. I'm a carnivore. I eat meat. I try to make more conscious choices, though. So rather than go to a big box supermarket and buying a hunk of meat, you know, I actually look for regenerative farms, and I purchase meat there. I rarely ever eat something that doesn't come from that, or wild sockeye salmon, seafood fish, bison, you know, elk. But those things are ancestral for me. So it's very important also to kind of look at your own ancestry and what your body is used to and might need based on what your ancestors ate. And it could be that you have some sort of a predisposition to some sort of a health problem. But the thing is, you can balance that out if you know where the deficiencies lie within the family. You can do things to bring strength to those organs or those tissues, or even the thought processes, and correct those. And I've done so much of this work on my own. I mean, the shamanic work was amazing, but everything that I have done since that near-death experience, and really before then, because I was a healer for many years. I mean, I entered massage. I was a massage and body work therapist at a very young age, but that's been 20 years ago. But even prior to that, like in my teenage years even, I was super interested in holistic healing. I could even show you the books that I bought, and I will one day on a different video. They're old. They're like 1995 is like the date on them, like the copyright, maybe even earlier, I don't know. But it introduced me to things like Ayurveda, acupuncture, traditional Chinese medicine, you know, all sorts of things that I had, reflexology, just energy systems that I was not familiar with. Because we in the West don't have energy systems. They just treat sick people. They're not in the business of curing. So if you hear some of me editing myself, if you want to see the full video, go to my website. I think I'm going to start putting them there, the uncut versions, because, you know, the last thing I want to do is antagonize anybody. But I also need to get my message out, and you guys can't fully hear that if I have to constantly mold and shape what I'm saying around somebody else's rules, which is not, it's not okay, but you at least have the option to go to my website to watch the rest of the video. And you can become a member there too, right? I'm building a community. It will be built of the students primarily who enter the schools. So Yeah, it depends on which school you're at, but you'll always be part of the community where you're there with your other classmates and you can talk anytime. You can download the app on your phone. It's the Zenler app. You can log into my school that way. And that can get you going, right? And you can have these things on the go. And many of the resources I have for you are fully downloadable. In the Earth Mandala class, I created a whole entire journal for you. Beautiful. You can print that out if you've got access to a good printer. I highly recommend a 3-ring, like a 1-inch notebook binder. You can put your front cover in it and just put the pages, hole punch them and put the pages in, and then you've got yourself a nice workbook that's going to really help you get started on your healing journey. The Earth Mandala class is so much more than just learning how to build and create one. You're learning why. And when you learn the why behind anything, that's your critical thinking process, why, when you really learn an explanation and you get several different ones and you settle on one that resonates most with you, I feel like that's using your discernment. That's something that I also encourage people to hone and refine, and this type of work will help you do that. The more you can be in your heart center, the more that you have a Shante Ishta, which is a Native American term that actually means I can see you with my heart portal, my heart eye, right? So I see you, Shante Ishta. To be able to really see somebody through the eyes of your heart will hardly lead you wrong. You'll know what people's intentions are and if they mean you well or not. You know, me personally, I try to steer clear of people I feel like may not have good intentions for me or my best interest at heart. Like ulterior motive people coming at me, I don't do well with. So, you know, I don't imagine there's many people out there that don't feel the same way I do about that, but who knows? Crazy world we live in. So yeah, I just wanted to come and while I was out here today and just do another little video. The sun's getting ready to set behind me. I've been fasting today, so I haven't eaten. Get ready to go in here and have me a nice good meal. And I don't do that every day because I struggle with my weight my whole life. That's the other thing shamanism can do for you. Is, you know, I bit my nails. I had a horrible coping mechanism problem with biting nails. I would even pull hair. I never was like pick at my skin or anything. Some people manifest that way, but if you have any like nervous tics or things like that or bad habits that you'd like to get rid of, I'm telling you, going through that medicine wheel, it cleans it up. It's like a hoovering process for trauma. And that's why it's good to go through it more than one time. So once you're done with the year-long program, if you're interested in becoming an apprentice because you want to actually teach this stuff and go beyond just that of getting a certification to do the energy medicine, then I highly recommend looking for any live events and retreats that I'm doing and make your best effort to attend them. I'm trying to do more online things, so if you're one of those people that don't live close by and you can't make it, please comment and let me know below, because if you aren't local to me, I don't know that you exist, and I won't know to make content for you, you know, and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. Let me know other things that you would like to see coming from me. That's where I get my content ideas, is from you guys. If I don't know what you want, I can't make it. But I'll continue just to keep making it until I, you know, come up with something else. I do a lot of the astrological reports. I don't intend to, like, give those up, but I don't know that I'm going to do them with much regularity. I probably will be doing a lot of full and new moon stuff. And maybe even get into more detail-y things. That's where my strengths lie. You can go to other people's channels and figure out the astro weather. You know, that's all they do. I do other things. So for me, I love really getting down deep and really getting into details on things when it comes to your specific horoscope and what placements might mean for you, and if you have a certain mixture of energies and things like that. But as you guys know, if you've been following me for any bit of time, I like to take astrology and place it into the shamanic medicine well, and it just works perfectly. It works absolutely perfectly, and it really helps you to evolve using those levels. Now, when I get back in June, I've got some prizes for you guys to say. As an avid learner, and always continual as I always am, I'm going to be learning a lot more about Ayurvedic medicine. I hope to become certified in order to be able to give you even more information on the holistic healthcare front. So we'll see how that goes, and that'll be coming up in May. and could really use your prayers for some other things that are happening and going on in my family and their health. So if you enjoyed this video, that's one way you can repay me, is just by including them in your prayers. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a comment. And that is one of the things that I will have you do. Like, in order to qualify for the to get the Earth Mandala class for $22. Now, granted, it's free. If you're going to enter the mentorship and you go ahead and enroll, I'll let you into that class for free. It's not a charge to you because it's required. But if you're not going to really take the shamanic mentorship, the Walking the Soulfire Journey year-long mentorship program, and you just want to take the Earth Mandala course to enhance your own learning and healing of your own emotional trauma and things like that, and your connection to the earth and things, there's a way for you to get it cheaper than $197, and it's a ridiculous discount. All I ask is that you like, that you comment, and that you share this video to your social media accounts, and then you've got to document the proof and send it to me, because I can see what's happening on my YouTube channel, but if you've shared it on social media, I don't know. So you can tag my page, SoulFire Alchemy. You can tag my page. Look, we have a beautiful hawk. Oh, look at Brother Hawk. Hawk medicine has come for us. Sorry. It's hard not to get distracted by beautiful gifts. Pachamama touches me. I'm gonna have to see if I can trade my camera. He's coming. If I can catch him. There he is. See him through the pine? Right above the house. Come back, Brother Hawk. It's okay. Well, we've got all sorts of beautiful gifts from Pachamama here. Sorry. I just can't do a crooked camera, you guys. Let me fix it. Unless you don't mind. You know, one of the things I gotta let go of is this perfectionism, right? I have cut and edited my videos so bad sometimes in the past. It's like, do you guys like the better version uncut, or do you prefer for me to cut it? Comment, let me know. So anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about before Hawk medicine caught me, but that's the reason I teach this stuff, is to help you, like I said, to reconnect, to get into your heart space more, connect with great mystery, pull that energy down into your heart, pulling the energy of Pachamama, Mother Earth, up into your heart. Like I said, that creates a conduit, right? And you're a conduit, you're a transducer, you're an antenna, you're a lot of different things, you're a receiver, just like the trees. And this is the kind of stuff you get to learn on these retreats with me. It's just all these magical things about nature that I've known and understood since I was a wee baby. You know, well, not a baby, but old enough to walk on my own down in the woods, which, trust me, I was probably 4. So yeah, thank you for being here. My neighbor is firing up their mower, so I guess you probably can't hear me now. But I just thank you for coming, and I love you so much. And again, oh, I remember what I was saying. Let me finish up. To get the program, to get the Earth Mandala program for $22 instead of $197, if you're not going to enroll in the year-long apprenticeship I'm opening up. Now you can enroll now. If those are not going to be routes that you're going to take, but you still want to get into that class, here's what's required. Like I said, you've got to comment on the video, like it. Be sure you share it on your social medias, right? So figure out how you can share this video to your social media accounts. And once you have that done, if you can just take a screenshot, tag my page. I'm on Facebook. You can tag me. I'm personally on Instagram. I'm Meta Mystic Muse. Meta Mystic Muse. But I also, you know, my business is SoulFire Multiversity. And it has its own page, just like SoulFire Alchemy, which is what I do. And my business started out, I called it SoulFire Alchemy. But now SoulFire Alchemy is just, it's what I call my treatment, my service that I do, my one, right? It's my shamanic energy medicine. It's like a combination of all my tools and skills, and we customize it for you because you're an individual person. What you need might be different from somebody else. If you're a past client of mine and you want to get the $22 coupon, reach out to me and email me. I'll make sure that you get that so that you can have a refresher. The Earth Mandala handout is something I give to everybody and go over a little explanation, but this is a way deeper. This is a way deeper dive, and it will help you take your healing session that you had with me much deeper, and I really, really recommend it. So if you're a past client, reach out to me. I will get you into that course. Now, if you haven't been, like I said, and you want to get in for $22 instead of paying $197, like this video, comment, share it out, and just tag me wherever you shared it. And this don't have to be this specific video. I would rather it be one that I'm mentioning this offer in. So if you could do that, it'd be amazing, and I will be happy to send you a $22 coupon because that supports me. It helps spread the word about my business and creates brand awareness for me, which is really important because I can't bring you guys more content if I don't even have the ability to, make a good living. And I want you to make a good living too, which is why I teach this stuff. So if you're somebody that is drawn to energy medicine and you really want to learn it, I do teach Reiki, all 3 levels. I teach Reiki level 1, 2, 3 master and crystal Reiki master, and of course, walking the SoulFire journey, shamanic mentorship. Now, if you come and do it in person, that gets you the certificate for energy medicine to be able to practice. If you go through the year-long mentorship process, you will still get that certificate, but there's just some extra things that you have to do. Why? Because I've got to understand and know that you understand and know exactly what you're doing when you do a shamanic energy medicine session. I don't want to send people out into the world that are ill-equipped, okay? And I feel like learning online can bring a lot of that ill-equippedness because you're not letting people learn through experience, physical, like bodily, everything, immersion, right? And so that's why the immersionary experience is so very important. It does create real change, and that's what really makes difference and helps move and shift and transform the energy that you want to so that you can be filled more with light. And that's what you always want to do. And I talk about that in the course as well, is how to pull in light for yourself and to fill the void, and also how to use it for manifestation. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways that you can use this, so I really encourage you to take the course. Any way you want to go is fine with me. If you want to like, comment, and share it out just everywhere, I am super happy with that. It needs to be shared to at least 3 different places. So if you've got a Facebook, an Instagram, a Twitter, if you've got, whatever social media is that you work on, if you don't have those, maybe just show me where you've sent it to. I don't know. Show me where you've sent it to at least 10 different people that you know. Because a lot more people are going to see it if you just post it on your social media. But if you're not on social media, I get it. And just maybe you could send the email out to 10 of your friends that you think that hey, you'd be really interested in this video. So that's another way, this is another option to get the $22. It's just an even exchange of energy, right? I know how much value I've packed into this course. I know that I could easily sell it for $500 if I wanted to, and be perfectly feeling fine about that because of all the value in it. All these videos are going into it as well. I'll be adding more to it as we go, likely. But all this is to help prepare you for not just life, but if you decide to enter the Shamanic Mentorship Program, it'll prepare you for that too. It'll also get things moving if you have thought about working with me in a session, but you just haven't made the move to do it yet. For whatever reason, this will get you started on a path that if you begin that process, this one of the Earth Mandala now, by the time you do come see me for your energy medicine session, you're going to get so much more out of it because you've already begun the work. Okay, so that's all for today that I have. I love you so much, and I hope that you got out and enjoyed this beautiful day today here in East Tennessee where I'm at. It sure is beautiful. So I love you, and I thank you. I send you infinite blessings. I'm trying to find something besides I'll see you on the flip side to say. I think people are so used to it. But for now, I'm just going to say infinite blessings, luminous being of light. I hope.